I started Nerdic Inspiration to fuel my endless desire to create and nurture my creative skill set. With this channel, I hope it inspires people to do the same. Bring your authentic self to the table, try new things, push your limits. When I set my mind to something, I do it with passion. To me, this is what a nerd is. I set a goal and I move toward it without excuses, investing my mental and physical energy into it and sticking to it even when it gets tough. This is my journey into Warhammer 40k. Welcome to the battlefield.
It's all about humanity.
Wait. Let's start from the beginning. What's Warhammer 40k? Warhammer is, well, a bit of everything. I mean, quite literally, a warhammer is a medieval weapon. But that's beside the point. It's a franchise owned by a company called Games Workshop. Warhammer has books, some with rules, some with lore, and novels, storytelling, epic adventures. It has models used for building, crafting, painting that make up the all-encompassing Warhammer hobby. Its communities, in person and online, social groups, game stores, conventions, and of course, competitive tournaments. But most evidently in this video, you'll see it as a strategy-based tabletop wargame, infamously known for being quite challenging and adapting with each new edition that comes out. I'm going to be deep diving into this game from ground zero. And with that, going to the biggest competitive tournament that exists in 60 days. Let me give you an idea of timeline. The start of this journey begins in late October, which put the series closer to 100 days. The 60-day clock that ticks away the real challenge begins sometime in November, and then stops periodically because of life events. I didn't actually plan to go to LVO for this challenge. I was going to do a local RTT, but I struggled to find any events that aligned at the end of the year due to COVID restrictions. So I was forced to replan, and that's when I discovered what LVO even was. Late October, I started doing a bit of research for this project. What did I need to buy? How much did I need to budget? And where would I practice? I also started watching battle reports, YouTube videos, and began the Vanguard Tactics free course. That later turned into me becoming a full-time student at Vanguard Tactics soon after. There's a link in the description to Vanguard Tactics' 7-day beginner course and a discount code for becoming a full-time student. Check those out if you're interested. VT is a great resource, and the affiliation also helps out the channel. Right after my full day of work, I jumped right into lecture, and then right after my lecture, I started painting. The sisters are one of the tougher armies to paint. They have a ton of little regalia, little bits and bobs all over the place. The focus of the series is learning the entire game and starting from square one and getting all the way to a tournament. So I can't spend all of my time painting the models. I haven't done the math yet, but if I want to have a fully painted army by the time this tournament comes around, I need to paint at least one unit every single week. That said, I'm not expecting myself to have fully painted units every time I go to my practice games every week. I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna have majority unprimed units and just get them on their bases so I can start playing and get the repetitions in, and maybe even have some really nice players that allow me to play with just bases. I'll be honest, I am not feeling like painting tonight. I am kind of beat after a full day of work and lecture, so I do not feel like painting these up, which is sad because I love painting minis, but I just don't feel like painting these right now. I'm gonna turn on a battle report, maybe a crusade or something that's a little bit more exciting, something to get the energy going, and I'm gonna try my best to push through these.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive
This is a commission, so you can ignore that. But ton of sisters over there just casually chilling in a complete mess because I was trying to do like all of the reds and knock out a subset of painting, so that's awful. Actively editing, it's just a complete mirage of things happening. I don't even know what's going on in this room anymore. It's chaos. But we're making progress. We are like making the most of every single second of every single day, trying to really understand the game, trying to get models prepared, watch videos, talk to people in the community. Tomorrow I am playing a 500-point game, which sounds tiny and insignificant, but I am super nervous because it's going to be the first time I actually bring my models out and start playing. I don't feel like I have a good grasp yet on all the rules and especially the mechanics for the sisters. So I'm going to try my best to make myself some note cards, and I started prepping a binder. Anyways, I'll check in with you guys later. So here's a really quick overview of how the 500-point game went. I played against another new player who was trying out his army for the first time, so he brought 500 points of Dark Angels. I played him with essentially what I had at the time, which was a Palatine, some combat patrol pieces, which includes a Rhino, Repentia, Canoness, Retributors, and some basic troops. Essentially, we were just going through, trying to get to know our list, get to know our units, roll some dice, move stuff across the board, get familiar with phases, and all that good stuff. So the game was pretty straightforward. We didn't even play with objectives. We did 500 points, try to like knock each other off the board essentially. At the end, we ended up drawing. We didn't really have a clear winner. I killed some of his stuff, he killed some of my stuff. We ended with me having a character model that was untouched, a completely untouched Rhino, and then he had like one biker left in his unit on like 2 wounds, and then his one character model that was left on 1 or 2 wounds as well. So yeah, a great first experience for my first 500-point game, a lot less intimidating than expected, and overall a success. I spent a good chunk of time this week really reviewing this codex and marking up pages that I'm going to need to reference. I also went through and studied a little bit about the units and built a 1500-point list. I had objectives about what I wanted this army to be able to do. I made little notes on what each unit would be used for and like the reason behind picking that particular unit. I thought about particular upgrades and relics and things that I'm gonna want characters to have, and I just had like this really good outline. I felt I had a really good outline. I spent a lot of time on it. I want my list to be unique to me, and I know it might not be the most competitive or have won anything. I want it to have unique things that I've thought about that I think I would do in a game. The series has been exciting, don't get me wrong, it's been fun, but it's been a lot of work. It's a lot of brain power, it's a lot of physical energy, it's a lot of sleepless nights. Anyways, ordered a couple models from eBay that we got like a tiny bit of a discount on, 2 mortifiers, and the good thing about the mortifiers were these were the 2 conversions that I wanted, and so they were completely built, someone had used them. The downside is I definitely got in a model that was like broken, the arm popped off, but at the same time it's a really easy fix. All in all, a good buy. I also got a box of sacrosancts. I have some work this afternoon for school, so I'm gonna be hopping on that in a few minutes. And then once that's done, I want to at least get started on a couple more bases or build a couple more figures, because I feel like I haven't made as much progress as I wanted to, but I have made great progress this week, so I need to keep that in mind, that it has been slow but steady progress, and we're moving along. Yeah, cool update. Bye. This is all I've got. Oh, it feels worse when I'm looking at it and I'm thinking of it than, oh my god, okay.